Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adam. This is my channel, Adam Sews, and today is the reveal day for the Fab 5 collab of this edition. So today we have been doing another collab. We've done, I think we've done 5 now. I think this is our 5th one. We must have done, because I think we've done all. Have we done 5 or is this our 6th? We've done 5 because we've all done 1 each, and I think we've come back round to... Not sure, actually. Could be wrong. Anywho, doesn't matter. So we've done these in the past. We did one with mushrooms. We did one with animals. We did one with the beach. We did one with... Oh, I can't remember now. We've done so many. But anywho, this is a 5-way collab between myself, Jen from Today and Jen's Sewing Room, Andrew from Andrew Makes, Carol from Sew Carol, and the gorgeous Trish from Pinky's Farm. We do a collab sort of every 3 or 4 months, and we all get together and we pick, one of us out of the 5 of us will pick a theme of fabric, and then we will make something that's either in a print or something similar, or something that relates to it, or something that sort of is influenced by that category or subjects. So this time round was the lovely Carol from Sew Carol's turn to pick, and she chose music. Now Carol is quite musical. She plays quite a few instruments, I believe, and I think she also plays in a orchestra, and her husband is a drummer, and her daughter is one of the most amazing singers you've ever heard. So we obviously had to be music because it is something that is near and dear to Carol's heart. So you're probably all thinking, you've been wittering on now for 1 minute 52 seconds. What have you made? So I was sort of thinking, I'm in an iron about this and thinking to myself, what can I make that is the theme of music? And I did think, well, should I just order some fabric that's got sort of music notes on it and different things like that? And then I thought about it and I thought, you know, I've got so much fabric, and I'm always in the habit of trying to use what I've already got because there is an extensive amount in here. And then I was suddenly thinking to myself, music, what kind of goes with music? There's things that are musical, things that are like musical instruments, musical notes, this, that, and the other, and different things. And then I thought, well, what better than an actual musical? And I knew that I had some fabric that had Wizard of Oz on it. And Wizard of Oz, it may be a very split decision, a split opinion here, but I think it is probably one of the best musicals that was ever made. And I think even to this day, it is a classic. I mean, for someone to remake a film 3 times now, which is the next one that's coming out, I thought, well, why not? Wizard of Oz, here we go. So I had some left over. I'd actually made my mum a cake stand, not a cake stand, a KitchenAid cover from this fabric. And I had just enough left over to do all of the accents on the item of clothing that I decided to make. And I was umming and ahhing again what I wanted to make. What should I do? Should I make something? Should I make a bag? Should I make a soft toy? Should I make a item of clothing? Should I make something for the house? Should I make some homeware? Blah, blah, blah. And I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to go through Etsy and Google and try and find a nice shirt pattern that I've never made before, that's quite different, and that isn't sort of run-of-the-mill. So I stumbled across a vintage pattern that is a vintage reprint, and I will link it down below in the description box. It's by an Etsy seller, and I don't believe it's a vintage reprint of a Big 4 pattern or anything. It kind of reads like a Big 4 pattern, the way that the wording and all of the instructions and everything are on this. So the instructions and everything are basically like blown up version of what would have been off of a brown sheet that you would get in a Big 4 pattern. So what did I make? I made this shirt. So this is a slightly unusual shirt. It is a vintage, as I say, it's a vintage shirt. Luna is trying to trip me over. Dobby's running upstairs. So I used this beautiful Wizard of Oz fabric as an accent for the cuffs, the hemband, and the collar and placket and everything. So it has a yoke on the back, and then the actual shirt itself gathers into a waistband that has these 2 sort of like cuffed button details here, which open up with a slightly sort of open sort of like keyhole side section to it. So it's supposed to hit you right, sort of like right on your waist, which it does. It fits perfectly. It does ride up a little bit when you raise your arms up, but I'm not really that bothered about it because I will always wear a t-shirt underneath it tucked in anyway, because I'm not massively big on exposing a huge amount of my chest. It's just not something I'm comfortable with. So if I would tend to wear it with the button open like so, but then I would obviously wear a t-shirt underneath it so I don't expose my chest, because I don't think anyone needs to see that, in my opinion. But I will insert some not some photos, I'll actually insert some video footage here of me modelling it. So it fits really, really nicely. I really, really love the collar. I love the little button and the Rulu loop detail that holds the collar closed. The plackets and everything were a bit of a nightmare to sew, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the easiest pattern to put together. The instructions were not brilliant. I love how it's come together, and I probably will make it again now that I know how it's constructed. And moving forward, if I was going to make it again, it'd be a hell of a lot easier than what it was this time, because I've already done it once before. But the actual gathering of the waistband and everything into the sort of bottom bands was dead easy, super, super easy. They show you where to put the gathering stitches. You just gather it all in until it basically gathers into the opening that you've made when you make the bands before you actually slip it in. So you actually make both bottom bands, and you stitch sort of like from the edges here outwards down and then flip them through. I actually pressed my seam allowance in before I did that because I've done that before and it makes life so much easier. And then all you literally do is your sort of lower edge of the front of your shirt, you run 2 lines of gathering stitches in and pull it in so it fits into the hole that you've left in the bottom placket, the bottom band, and you do that for the front and back, and then you just literally put 2 buttonholes in and position your buttons wherever you want them so that it fits your waist basically. I did have to narrow down the front band slightly because it is extended by about 3 inches either side of the actual edge of the shirt, and if you then put buttons on the end of that, you would have then ended up with a gaping hole sort of here where that side slit is, and I didn't really want that, so I wanted it quite snug and quite sort of tight fitting around my waist here. So I pulled the buttons in quite a lot further so that the band from the back would come round and cross over at the front, which is what it's doing now. So it actually comes round, crosses over and buttons up here, because the button plackets, as you can see, I've actually stitched them in a bit. They were really, really long, so now they sit really nicely. And in future, when I make it, I will just take off sort of like 1 inch either end of that front button band, lower band basically. So yeah, that is my music collab basically. So I don't want to keep this too long because I know that you'll probably want to go and shoot off and watch all of the other 4 videos. But yeah, I wanted to do something that was completely different for me. I absolutely love this. This mustard coloured cotton here is a beautiful quilting cotton. I actually made a quilt out of this a little while ago, and I bought a bolt of this yonks ago, and it is the nicest, softest cotton, quilting cotton. It's actually more like a cotton lawn almost. But yeah, this is going to go into my little wardrobe. I'm going to have as I say, I will always probably wear it with a white t-shirt underneath it or a white vest underneath it, like a tank top, and I will then be able to wear it, because it's quite a bright colour, I'll just wear it with a neutral pair of trousers or pants, or a pair of jeans. And that is my that's my collab. So be sure to go and check out Jen, Andra, Trish and Carol's videos now and see what they've made, which is what I'm literally doing as you're watching this. Ciao for now.